I'm going to make a metal brake. This is 50 by 50, 2 meters, 5 mil. This is 1 meter galv, square tube, 1.6 mil. That's going to be my handles. Some big wing nuts to secure it. These are for the hinges. These are the hinges. And this stuff is to secure the handle. And then this flat bar that I already had at home is going to be what holds the steel down when you're bending it. This design isn't mine. It's one that I basically copied from another fella on YouTube, and I'll try and put a link to his video in my description. But I thought I'd just give it a crack. Alright, let's go. Marked in the middle. Marked in the middle. Chop chop. And chopped. Okay, so you can see basically what I'm going to do is these are 100mm hinges. They're going to go there, each end, and I've chopped them for my handles. And this flat bar, the gap between the hinges is roughly 800, give or take a couple of mil. And I've cut this flat bar to 750, so that'll be the maximum width of sheet metal that I can clamp down under it. But then I'll be coming in a few mil to bolt it down, so I suppose my maximum's going to end up being about 700, which is more than enough for building metal stuff for cars. Alright, next bit. Notch the angle line. Alright, notching is done. I took about 8mm down, and that is basically why, so that hinge has somewhere to hinge. If you didn't notch it, your folding piece would basically be way too far away, and yeah, sort of defeat the purpose. Alright, so next step, mark the holes and then fasten. Pilot holes. These ones are a bit straighter. I'll just have to make that one there's a little off center. Bigger hole. Hinges. Yes. Make sure you put the bolts in that way, because that's going to be sitting on your bench, and you don't want that sitting on your bench. If you want to get real fancy, you could get another piece of flat bar and stick it underneath to level it out. I'm going to try using it without getting fancy first. Right, the hinges. If I do that, ta-da. Next. Alrighty, both hinges on, bolted. Yeah. Just getting the handles sort of in position. These are going to be bolted underneath, but I'm going to drill one hole through this first and basically get a marker there. Next, boom, handles. Couple of nylon nuts. These are basically cut that 1 meter piece directly in half. Bolts in there. Alright, next. Alright, so next bit is move the pedestal grinder, which is not hard to move because safety, and then temporarily clamp this down to the bench just so I know where it's going to go. And then this piece of flat bar doesn't fit between there on your Heath. Alright. That piece doesn't fit between there, which is awesome. That's alright. We can overcome this by doing stuff. Yeah. Alright. Basically all I've got to do is drill through that and that in the same spot at both ends so that I can fit this bad boy through the timber like so, and then put these mega wing nuts on, and that'll basically secure everything to everything, and that'll be holding the piece of metal down that I'm going to fold and stuff. Alright, next. Genius! Oh yeah. Little holes, soon to be bigger holes. Next. Pause, gotta fill my hole. Alright, so we had a little bit of a delay. This first bolt hole that I put in was too close to the edge of my bench and it just didn't work. That's the downside to working with a timber bench. If it was steel, it probably could have done something a bit different, but it basically worked fine. Something I've heard people say is that instead of using flat bar, you should use a angle line with the face that way, 90 degrees. I probably will, just because, you know, I can see a little bit of flexibility in it. But on my test piece, which is 2mm steel, basically everyone that I looked at online was only able to bend up to like 1.2mm, and this has bent 2mm straight away. So do them up nice and tight, one-handed. You can see it just slightly lifts, but yeah, it works. Let's break that off, back that off, boom. Now the radius is not as tight as the first one, because on the first one I held my hand on the steel while I lifted the handle. So yeah, I think I will change out this flat bar. Hello. We'll change out that flat bar to a piece of 90-degree angle line like I've made the base out of. But yeah, I mean, it cost me $73 in materials, plus I had a few like the flat bar and a few other bits and pieces at home already. It'll only go to 90 degrees, but that's all I need on what I'm building. I'll probably be using 2mm steel, so I'm happy with that radius. Might be able to tighten it up with the angle line, but yeah, there you go. $73 steel sheet brake. So that's it, job's done. Catch ya.